In the heart of Nairobi, where the matatus raced through traffic with blaring music and the smell of roasted maize filled the evening air, a wealthy businessman named Mr. Komau prepared to celebrate his 60th birthday. The city's elite were invited, politicians, CEOs, pastors, and socialites. Cameras would flash, speeches would be given, and expensive champagne would flow. But amidst the glitter of the night, there was a truth Komau had long buried. He had a son he had abandoned years ago. Decades earlier, when Komau was a struggling young man, he fell in love with a woman named Aking. She was poor, selling fish at Gikomba Market, but her laughter and loyalty drew him in. Together, they had a child, a boy named Otieno. But as Komau rose in wealth, he distanced himself from his humble beginnings. He married into a wealthy family, leaving Aking and little Otieno behind in poverty. Aking struggled, working day and night to raise her son. She told him, "Your father is a great man. One day, he will remember us." But the years passed, and Komau never came. On the day of Komau's grand birthday, fate decided to write its own story. The catering company had hired a young man to serve food at the mansion. He was tall, with sharp eyes, and carried himself with quiet dignity despite his worn-out uniform. His name was Otieno. When Otieno walked into the banquet hall carrying trays of food, the guests barely noticed him. To them, he was just another server. But as Komau rose to give his birthday speech, his eyes fell on the young man. Something inside him froze. The boy's face, it was his own reflection from decades ago. Komau's hands trembled. "Who is that?" he whispered. One of the waiters replied, "Just a poor boy working part-time to pay his mother's hospital bills." The words pierced Komau's heart like a blade. He called the young man forward, his voice breaking. "What is your name?" "Otieno," the boy replied. "Son of Aking." The hall went silent. Gasps filled the air. Guests looked at each other in shock, while Otieno's steady gaze met his father's trembling eyes. "You left us," Otieno said softly but firmly. "For years, my mother told me you would come back. She believed in you even when you forgot her. But she grew old, and I grew up watching her suffer. All I wanted was a father's love. Not wealth, not mansions, just love. But you were too busy chasing power." Tears streamed down Komau's face. The cameras meant to capture his glorious birthday now captured his greatest shame. The crowd murmured, some in pity, others in judgment. Komau fell to his knees before his son. "Forgive me," he whispered, his voice shaking. "I was blinded by pride. I thought wealth could erase my past. But you, Otieno, are my greatest blessing. If you will allow me, let me be your father now. Not with riches, but with my heart." Otieno stood silently for a moment. Then he reached out his hand and lifted his father up. "I will forgive you," he said. "But let this be a lesson, a father who forgets his child forgets himself. You gained the world but almost lost your soul." The hall erupted in silence so deep that even the music stopped. Every guest knew they had witnessed more than a birthday, it was redemption. And so, the story of Nairobi's richest man spread like wildfire, the man who found his true wealth not in money, but in the son he once abandoned.